So Joe Schoen officially addresses a couple different things at the combine. The combine takes place this week, and he went up to a presser, answering some questions, making it known on a couple different things. Man, we are back. I'm a little stuffed up. I was a little sick last week, but we back and better, and we got a couple things to talk on, man. Joe Schoen, one of the first things he talked about, one of the main things he talked about a lot was Saquon Barkley and the situation with his contract negotiations coming up. Now, Joe Schoen, I'm going to be honest, this whole combine presser, he didn't really reveal anything. And as a GM, you don't want to do that. You don't want to go out and show your cards before the offseason, before the draft. You don't want to do these things because why would you? Why do you want to put the whole league on notice about what you want to do? So making it clear, saying that he wants Saquon Barkley to be back and he's going to do whatever he can to get Saquon back here. He's a great leader. This is just playing with the media, man. This is just playing with the media. I understand that some people are going to buy into this and think that they're going to do whatever they can to bring back Saquon Barkley, but honestly, I find it hard to think that they actually will pull the trigger. I just do. When you compare what happened last year was the year to get a contract negotiation down and was able to get a contract done, and they didn't. So I think with what happened last year, going into this year, I can't see them bringing them back, especially with where we are as a team. We're not a playoff team with them. We just won 5 games last year with Saquon Barkley on the roster. We're not a winning team with him right now. So I think Saquon Barkley will be gone. They did talk about that they're meeting soon and going to look to try to get some things done. It's already been reported that Saquon might be looking for the same contract that was offered last year, which, once again, you missed out on it, man. Saquon's my favorite player, but you missed out on it. You should have took it last year. If you're looking to get that now, it's probably gone. They're probably going to offer less money. And once again, when it comes to Saquon, you got Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, a lot of other running backs that are a free agent as well. That brings down the demand. You're not going to see that much of a payday. Not that much of a payday coming this year. Another player they touched on was Xavier Mckinney being a free agent and what it's going to look like. Now, we already made a video talking about Xavier McKinney with his tweets and what it's looking like and what direction the Giants will head in, how much he's going to cost. Xavier McKinney is going to be top 5 safety money. That's ultimately what I think is going to come down to, especially considering how young he is and what he's been for this team. Understanding that this team doesn't have too many bright spots on it, but Xavier McKinney is one of those bright spots, and we need to pay him just as so. Joe Schoen did make it known that negotiations haven't started yet. They haven't started doing anything on that. So all these tweets that we're reading and everything we're seeing, who knows? I don't know if McKinney's trying to stir something up. I guess we should just listen to him and not, put anything into it. Maybe it's just him putting song lyrics. I guess it is. But they also said they're going to be meeting soon, talking about negotiations. So we'll see where that heads. And if I had to make a prediction, once again, Xavier McKinney will be back as a Giant, and the Giants need to do whatever they can to bring him back. Now, this is what we clicked on this video for, man. The quarterback position. Joe Schoen went out and talked about Daniel Jones and was saying that he has faith in Daniel Jones and he expects him to be the starter this upcoming year. Listen, smoke screen, smoke screen, smoke screen. He has to say these things. Why would he not say this thing about a quarterback that's on his roster right now that he just gave an extension to last year? So people shouldn't read into it. People shouldn't look into this and say, Joe Schoen really loves Daniel Jones. He's going to be starting next year. He has to say these things. Why would he say that he's not? Why would he? It doesn't make sense to. So as much as we want to look into these pressers and as much as we want to take things from it, Joe Schoen honestly didn't show too much. Like I said in the beginning of the video, Joe Schoen really hasn't dropped too much knowledge that we didn't know heading into this. But it's good to see a GM do that. It's good to see our GM not, show where he's going to go, not show that what he wants to do. And another thing too, he didn't rule out a quarterback. He said it, at the pick number 6, best player available that can help them wherever they can. That doesn't rule out a QB. So you could see a QB taken at 6. There's also been reports leading up to today talking about the Giants potentially moving up to 1, potentially moving up to 3. That the Giants are a team to watch if there's a pick available, and they'll be the ones to move up and go get it. I love to hear it. I love the sound of it as well, but the pick has to be available for us. That's what it has to be. And, it sucks because I think the Giants might not have a chance. They might not have a chance if the Bears, they should go ahead and take Caleb Williams. The Patriots should stay put and get a quarterback. I just feel like the Giants don't have a chance to move up. And after that, a quarterback's not really going to be taken from there. J.J. McCarthy at 6. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that down below, man. But once again, committing to Daniel Jones should not be taken at face value. Nobody should be upset when it comes to Daniel Jones being defended by Joe Schoen. Nobody should be upset about that because, once again, we shouldn't read into it that much. Another thing that he did touch on that's insightful, man, he did speak on the DC a little bit, and he was talking about Shane Bowen, how his approach is different than how Wink Martindale approached it. You know, Wink Martindale was looking to stop the run on first down and second down and then get after the quarterback on third down. But Joe Schoen said with the new DC, we should be looking to go after the quarterback every single play. And once again, the Titans front four and the Titans, getting sacks were right there in the middle of the pack and also stopping the run. The back end is where they suffered a bit, but you can see that approach coming to the Giants this upcoming season, and this could be good for guys like Kayvon Thibodeau. Azeez Ojulari, are we still banking on him? I'm not too sure if they're going to bank on him next year with all these injuries that he's had. So when you look at how that can impact, free agency, we may go add a guy that can go sack the quarterback. Is that going to be Bryce Huff from the Jets? Is that going to be another edge rusher from somewhere else? With that approach being Shane Bowen's approach, we might be targeting some guys in free agency that can do that. I'm excited to see how that impacts our free agency outlook, man. And once again, I'm just ready for this stuff to start. This week, the combine does take place. Later in the week is when you start to see guys run the 40. It's already been known who's going to be competing there, who's not, who's going to be in the combine, and who's not going to be throwing. But, nevertheless, there's going to be some insightful guys, and you're going to see some guys that they might their stock might jump up 100% from their 40-yard dash, from their measurables, from the bench press. This is the time for that. So who knows what's going to happen at this combine. I'm going to be covering it this week. We're also going to be live tomorrow at 8 p.m., man. We're back at it live tomorrow. Talking about the draft, talking about free agency, and talking about possibly what Joe Schoen said today. I'll be looking to hear from y'all tomorrow. Make sure you let me know how you guys feel down below, man, in the comments. Subscribe also. Road to 10K still active. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Go Big Blue.